Hey y'all, this is Wild Ute with the Utah Utes Football Digest. I'm here with the Pac-12 Pilgrim. How you doing today, Larry?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, here we're here to talk about Dante Moore, separating fact from hype. Is he really Moore? The stud five-star recruit out of UCLA here that just came into the program this year, guys. And this is a guy that we need to talk about because the Utes really need a game plan around this guy. He is uber talented, y'all. He really is. He was one of the highest rated recruits in the nation last year. He's coming in here. This is going to be his third start. So he's a new guy. We all need to know how to play him, and we need to understand who we're dealing with here during for the game, the UCLA Utah game this Saturday. So this is a big deal. We're going to break it down. We're going to analyze Dante Moore. So let's talk about first off, really who is Dante Moore and who does he play like here? So just a couple things to note. From NFL comps from various sources, this is the kind of player that we're dealing with in Dante Moore, the UCLA quarterback. According to 24/7, his NFL comp, comparable person, would be Dak Prescott. ESPN says he's Matt Corral. Tua from on three, Kirk Cousins and Donovan McNabb. So that's a pretty good list of NFL comps for this guy right here. But really, he's a gunslinger, y'all. That's really what he's all about. And first off, when we're understanding and getting to know Dante Moore, I think it's smart to really get a write up of really his prior assessments, his prior evaluations. So back last year, ESPN actually had a write up on Dante Moore. Basically, this is his skill set here, and how the Utes should play him is actually buried in these details and everything. If you pay attention, so here's what ESPN has to say about Dante Moore. While Moore is a passer first, he is more than capable of being a designed runner and zone read schemes. He has a natural instinct for timing when to use it and when to use his feet. As someone who can game challenge on the ground or in the air, his skill set will allow him to play in just about any scheme. He's smooth and poised and can make the necessary throws with good arm strength and accuracy. He has a knack for throwing guys open. And Moore, who threw for 40 touchdowns as a high school junior, uh, he's going to compete right away. He was recruited by basically everybody in their dog in the nation. Chip Kelly landed Dante Moore's recruit. So let's really break out this guy's strengths, and then we're going to go into some of his perhaps weaknesses. Pac-12 Pilgrim is going to break that out, and we're going to tell you exactly what the Utes need to do to neutralize this guy and shut him down, and so we can get the dub here on Saturday. So really looking at Dante Moore, what are some bullet strengths of this guy? So be ready for this type of stuff. And actually, Pac-12 Pilgrim, can you get the video feed on so folks can watch that while we're going over this assessment? So first off, everybody,
Yeah, sure.
we've got a little bit of video here that you can watch and just to see a skill set.
And so here we go with a quick little play he's got going here. Just a quick out. Now he missed that throw. Um, did you notice that? Just quick read, predetermined on that one, Philip.
Yeah, nothing too special there and stuff. Like in, he's going to miss some of these throws and everything. He's a young quarterback. Really, that was in tight coverage too, though. Like, let's be honest about that. That was probably not the best throw.
Yeah,
But some of the things with Dante Moore in his game, like this guy has wicked good arm talent. Like seriously, like if you watch him spin the ball, and we can just keep this
he does.
rolling
He
with speed.
the thing that I've noticed. Yeah. So what I've noticed about him is he's smooth through everything he does. See, he's just doesn't seem panicked. You can see he's not much of a runner. It wasn't there. He looks smooth.
Everything he does is kind of smooth. Like yeah, he's never rushed. He's pretty accurate generally from what we've seen, and really he just has this bazooka arm though. Like and really with Dante Moore, something that we'll all have to pay attention to is how good he is outside the pocket. When he escapes outside the pocket, he has the arm talent to really push it down the field and make some massive plays. Like he's a playmaker, y'all.
So we're going to take a look at some of these plays here. Just quick check downs. His guy completely missed the ball there, dropped it. But these are scripted freshman plays, standard Chip Kelly stuff that's going on. And then let's take a look. Let me rewind that back a little. I saw Philip. What was really crazy is he's got this little sidearm flip he does that's it's pretty smooth and you can't see it. That's what's really tricky is it's got that little flip. So what did you think, Philip? What are you thinking on kind of what he's doing here? Can you see that everything's just kind of scripted and the playbook's pretty minimal?
I think the playbook is minimal right now, but it's expanding almost probably on every drive because Chip Kelly's going to trust Dante Moore. He's good at a lot of things. He's a smart kid, and he has just that really smooth nature. Again, like the arm talent to push the ball up to the receivers. And while some of these plays aren't the most riveting plays or special plays and stuff, I think that he's going to whip some interesting stuff out versus Utah. But really, but this guy really has all the arm angles, and he really is of the talent where he could be a possible, top five, maybe first overall pick in the NFL draft in a few years, guys. Like this guy is that type of talent. How do you play it though? Like, and lucky for the Utes is this guy is a freshman on his third start coming into Rice Eccles Stadium. He's going to never have played anything close or anywhere close to this Utah defense and Rice Eccles. The energy that's going to be going on Saturday is going to be something he has never seen. And I don't think there's anything that you can prep for that, no matter how many good high school games you had, no matter playing at San Diego State. Um, he's just not going to be fully prepared for that type of atmosphere. So really, uh, as far as how to play Dante Moore, that's really what we're going to get into next year. What do you think, Larry?
Yeah, I think he's, it's going to be a standard Chip Kelly, DTR in his first, probably his second year, where he's not going to let him free roam, and he's just going to have those scripted plays that Chip Kelly does, where he's going to try to get his matchups or he's going to try to get the numbers on one side of the field. Because a lot of this stuff I notice when he's running motions, Chip's trying to get this kid easy reads, and so like this play, he's moving pretty good. So he's not a super mobile quarterback. His legs aren't going to get you. I think we're going to see some pretty vanilla stuff, and I think the Utes are going to have a heyday with this guy. That's what I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the defensive line's probably going to feast on this one. You mentioned it, Larry. So he doesn't have, like you can see right here in the video. I mean, he can escape a little bit, but he's not DTR. This isn't the UCLA quarterback of the last few years that can really just gouge you and totally kill you on the ground. Like he doesn't have that ability. He's not going to look to run first. This guy's a look to pass first guy. He's going to look to escape the pocket, try to make a big play with his arm. So when you're playing this guy, really, you don't have to worry about his mobility as much as prior UCLA quarterback DTR. So really, how does the Utes, how do they play Dante Moore? Really, I think that there's a couple ideas here that we've got to really kind of game plan around this guy too. One, we have to keep this guy in the pocket. Like I said earlier, like this guy, when he gets out of the pocket, he can make massive throws, big plays, and just totally gouge you when he gets out of the pocket. Think of like a poor man's at this point in time, Pat Mahomes. When Pat Mahomes escapes the pocket, He has the arm angles and the arm talent to launch it down the field and hit receivers on a dime. Dante Moore has that type of ability. It's not developed like a Pat Mahomes at any level yet, but really he has that, and he can really hurt you when he's escaping the pocket. So really, one of the things the Utes absolutely have to do in this game is contain Dante Moore and keep him in the pocket. The guy can make throws out of the pocket. It's not like he's totally hopeless in the pocket, but he's not as good a pocket player as he is outside the pocket throwing the football. And plus, keeping him in the pocket also brings that pressure. And the defensive line for the Utes just trying to get there to rattle this guy. Because one of the knocks on Dante Moore this time, he's got a freshman body. The kid's 18 years old. And so he's got a skinny frame, and the physicality that the Utes bring is going to be a huge deal in this game. Really getting to him, hard hits, intimidation, Rice Eccles Stadium, and just keeping him in the pocket and getting that normal pressure from the defensive front, and just taking shots here and there just to get him intimidated and a little ruffled up. So that's some of the ideas on how the Utes should play him. I think also with any young quarterback, and Dante Moore's no exception here. Really is blitzing, exotic blitzing, stuff that he might have never seen before, probably never seen before in high school. But anytime like your linebackers are coming in for different exotic looking blitzes, nothing like atypical, but like non-standard blitzes that might confuse him, we want to make this a mental game for Dante Moore. We want to make him think, am I making the right read here? Like the crowd noise is going nuts here. I feel overwhelmed. We want the guy to be dang overwhelmed here. And we want to be able to get pressure on him. We want to put hits on Dante Moore. So exotic blitzes from the linebacking level, and then at the defensive front level, the defensive line, stunts, anything you can do to get pressure on the quarterback and contain in the pocket. Those are going to be some of the keys to victory to play Dante Moore and make him have a terrible day on Saturday. What do you think, Larry?
Yeah, I'm thinking for this guy, he's got so much talent. He just doesn't have the experience. And the thing with Utah at this moment is, I think our defense, they've got their strategy, they've got their disguises. It's going to be really hard for him to read to some degrees. But the other thing too is this is going to be the first talent as a team that he's seen. So when he's gone up against these other teams, you can see some of those comeback routes that the other team was running, and it's like Sturtevant going up against some two-star kid that's a sophomore. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You're going to go to this. You already got the comeback route. He's going to be facing the best defense he's ever seen in his life. We're not, I mean, he's gone up against his guys in practice, but this is going to be a different situation for him. Chip Kelly's going to put a game plan together for him, and he's going to try to find weaknesses, and it's going to be hard. And I thought about this earlier. I would not be shocked if we don't see Chase Garbers start this game or come in real quick, because we've already seen Chase Garbers in Salt Lake. He didn't do too bad. And that's what's funny to me. I think Chase Garbers would do better in this game than Dante Moore, just
Whoa.
based on experience. Yeah, because Dante Moore is great and his ceiling is pretty high. Chase Garbers managed 20 something points in Rice Eccles. Granted, he had Charbonnet. I'm not sure if Charbonnet was in that game. Bobo, all those guys. He didn't have those guys, but I don't know. I think the stage it's pretty heavy for him, Rice Eccles. So the way I see this going is very scripted. I can't see Chip Kelly finding enough weak spots. And our guys, I don't know if you've noticed, this year they seem to be doing their job a lot more. The contain, stay in there, off guard between tackle. Our linebackers seem to be covering more in those holes. So I'm really liking our defense against this Chip Kelly offense with Dante Moore running it. I think you'd be better off with Chase Garbers, if I was being honest. And I wouldn't doubt
Wow.
if we don't see him in this game. Yeah.
I see it a little bit different way. I don't think that Chase Garber is ever going to start over Dante Moore or play unless he's hurt. Dante Moore really is that type of player that is a very special talent that just doesn't come along that often. Really, Again, I think this guy's a top 3 NFL draft pick one day. And the nice thing for the Utes is we're playing him as a freshman in his 3rd start ever, and we're going to rattle him. We're going to rattle this guy, and it's going to be exotic pressures. We're going to get in there. We're going to hit him. We need multiple sacks on him. And yeah, Larry, I'm with you though. Like, I mean, he is probably going to be prone to turning the ball over after he gets hit a couple times. I mean, he right now his stats are pretty stellar. His quarterback rating per ESPN is 10th in the nation on a pretty low sample size, though. Um, so really not a ton of sample size there, but he's 7 touchdown passes to 1 interception. And I think that we're going to get to him. And I think containing him in the pocket and just tightening the game up and making him play from the pocket and not letting him escape. Do not let this guy escape from the pocket, run right or left and make throws. It's going to kill us. We can't let that happen. So really the edge presence there. So the Logan Fanos, I mean, if Connor O'Toole goes in this game, those guys need to really make sure that we hold Dante Moore in the pocket if we want to have a chance to win. And I think that the Utes are going to perform well. I'm expecting a big game from Cole Bishop, DeMooney. We've got so many guys that are going to make big plays in this game. We need to make it a physical game, especially with this freshman quarterback. So physicality is going to win it. Getting to the quarterback and that intimidating atmosphere, Rice Eccles. So if you're going to the game like I am, bring up the amp, bring up the volume, and let's go crazy and win this one, guys.
Yep. Okay. Any last? My last words are gonna, they're gonna try to keep him on schedule, picking up, yardage, running the ball. I think we're scripting the same. Granted, with whatever quarterback we have going, that'll change our game plan. But I really see them trying to keep him on schedule, keeping everything manageable. And I think that run defense is going to come to work on Saturday. And I think they're going to shut him down and they're going to force this kid into a lot of places he doesn't want to be. He's never been, but he's about to walk on the moon. So get ready.
Well, absolutely, yeah. That's going to sum this one up. We'll see how it goes on Saturday. The Utes are going to bring it like always. And the final analysis: Dante Moore separating the fact from the hype. Is he really Moore? The answer is not on this Saturday. The Utes are going to take care of business. He could be more some other time, just not this week. Go Utes.